The agenda. Thank you so much for staying with us. Now, in other news, the LuQu LuQu campaign, a social movement created by the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees to raise awareness and funds for refugees in Africa, is visiting Malawi. According to the UN, there are 20.2 million possible displaced people in Africa, and they stay in refugee camps. The campaign is now in Malawi, and SABC reporter and anchor Leanne Manas is there. Leanne, a very good morning once again. Please tell us more about your visit to Malawi. What is happening there?
Desiree, a very, very good morning to you. And yes, indeed, coming to you live from Sulekha refugee camp. This camp is in Malawi, and it's one of two refugee camps that you'll find in Malawi. Now, of course, there are refugee camps that have been set up by the UNHCR throughout the whole of Africa. But this is one that is now home to almost 40,000 people. Let me scare you slightly. This camp, I think, was brought about in about the 1990s, and it was originally set up to house about 1,500 refugees. Well, let's just remind you once again, there are about 40,000 people staying here now, and it grows every single day. We've actually just arrived into the camp, and we arrived to a queue of people that have fled their countries, that are coming to find a place to stay, to get away from the wars. And you'll find predominantly that the people that are living here are from the DRC. They've been displaced, and they have made their way here. Now, we're talking about 2,000 kilometers away that they've made their way into Malawi. There are different areas as well that they could go to. They could go to Rwanda. They could go to other countries, but some have found their way here. Now, there is no luxuries here. There's something that, to experience a refugee camp is something extraordinary, because it really is the will and the want of the human spirit to try and change things against all odds when you do arrive here. And I mean, where we are standing, you can see behind me, there's a borehole, and that is the good thing about this particular camp, Sulekha, is there are a couple of boreholes, quite a few. You can see people doing their washing there. You can see them trying to get their water for the day, washing themselves, washing the food that they have, whatever it is. But it is a hard life. It is an exceptionally hard life. I mean, just one example of how difficult it is. It's the fact that you have got one latrine to 700 people, and this is something that they need. I've managed to find one of the refugees who's willing to talk to us, and who, by the way, speaks English absolutely amazingly. When he arrived here, he couldn't speak a word of English, but within the camp, he's managed to learn. Thank you so much for talking to us, and Marula, it's great to have you here, and you sharing your story. So thank you.
My name is Marula Mutima Aksen. I was coming here in 2007.
So you've been here for 11 years now?
Yes, 11 years now.
You left the DRC. Why?
I was left in DRC because of insecurity, familial insecurity. Yes.
You came to Malawi. Why did you land up at this particular refugee camp? I mean, it's so far from where you live.
Yeah, I was being helped with a church. They are calling that church is a Catholic church. At the time I was getting a problem in DRC, and I was running straight to the church. And then the church, the ministry of Hutu was running 1994, coming to the Rwanda, running to DRC. There was mixed with of DRC. The people who was they were following my family because of my mother was Munyamulenge.
Okay.
And one of my father, at the time my grandfather, he was dead. The father of my father, he was dead, and he was give us the land of my parents, and then the brothers of my father, they was found jealous to that land, and then they was going straight to the milice of my mixing with the Hutu. Say no, that man he was married in Nyamulenge woman. So it was following my father, and straight it was 2007. It was like a Saturday. I'm not remember the month. They was coming 2 o'clock. They was found me at home, and the time it was found me at home, they was asking where is my mother. I was saying no, because they was wearing uniform of soldier. I say I was scared, and I said no, it was not here. And then it was forcing to enter to the house. It was found, yes, my mother is carrying a baby of my brother. And that time it was sorry.
And that was really why you had to run for your life.
Yeah,
you came, so you came to this camp. You arrived here. You've been here for 11 years. You've gotten married here. You've met your wife here. You have 3 children, and you live here. But is there any way that you would go home? Could you leave? Can you find a job?
I can say here to find a job is very difficult, because country of Malawi, yes, it gives us a refugee opportunity to surviving here in Sulekha only. And then to find here a job is very problem, because people, they are many.
But to go, you were telling me that your sister's just arrived here 2 days back?
Yes, 2 days back. A sister of no one who was coming here is a lady I know where is coming from,
Okay.
but I was just helping her to surviving with me. Yeah.
So the situation in DRC is still too bad. You can't go back there.
I cannot go back here because the problem, the father of the grandfather is still there, and those people who was attack us, they are still there, and we are remain only 2. Me and my sister. I don't know where she was running, and then to go there again.
What do you need? I mean, as I wrap this up, what do you need? If there are people watching and they look at your situation, you can't go home, you can't get a job in Malawi, you are stuck here every single day. But to make your life better here, what do you need?
I can say we are very appreciative UNHCR of government of Malawi, because they are looking of solution durable for refugee. They are trying to looking a solution durable for refugee, and we are need to be free to find a job somewhere, and to like I can say to surviving like another people, you know.
Dignity.
Yes.
Yeah. You need your dignity. Thank you for talking to us. Story. This is just one story of so many stories. Right next to our cameraman is just children. There are so many children who are fascinated by what's going on here in the broadcast. Come in front of the camera. Here they are. There's so many of them. You think they'd be in schools, but unfortunately the schools are completely oversubscribed, and so this is what they do on their days. Here's their soccer ball. This is soccer. Yeah? Soccer. Okay. So this is just, what is this? What's inside? Jumbo. Yes. Jumbo, plastic bag and some string, and they playing soccer. Yeah? Okay. I can't play soccer, as you can tell. But this is the life. They wake up every single day as a refugee. There is nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. And I think as humanitarians, this is what you do to try and find it. And it's to find the ability within yourselves to sort of help. But I don't know. The hope that's within them is absolutely incredible. And it's to make it better. But we're going to be continuing to come from the refugee camp here in Sulekha to bring you stories, to highlight the plight of our fellow Africans, because it is our responsibility to do what we can to bring about peace on this continent, and to try and make these young children have that dignity that they so deserve. I'm going to go back to the studio in Johannesburg now, in South Africa. You continue with your...
Well, there you have it. I know, just in time. There you have it. Our colleague there, Leanne Manas, doing her humanitarian work with the UNHCR. But I've just been called out for saying LuQu LuQu. Apparently, you say LuQu LuQu.
You don't say that.
Just to test our viewers and see if anybody's watching, go on our social media platform at @theagenda_SABC and tell us how to say it correctly.
Yeah, LuQu LuQu or LuQu LuQu.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, we invite you to give us a call as well. The number is 011-714-6841, 011-714-6841. The question of the day, we're asking you, what do you make of these ZECs taking the MDC leader Nelson Chamisa to court for allegedly violating the electoral code? Tell us what you think.
To which he responded that it's just tomfoolery.
Yeah.
And let's take a break. We'll be back in a moment and look at your comments.